Oh, we didn't see you guys there. Sorry. So yeah, welcome to episode
11.
11, I
Wow,
think.
we're in the double digits.
Holy shit, this is
We've
great.
made it.
So we decided to do some fantasy booking for the rest of 2023, maybe up to WrestleMania. Who knows? This is gonna be fun. Because I was doing this in the middle of class and I was
Same.
bored. You really? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we both just got out of class. And like while I was in class, my professor was like staring me down. I was just told him, oh, I'm taking notes. But in reality, I was writing out storylines. I was making predictions.
Same.
I was making matches.
Same.
So let's get into it.
Yeah. I mean, let's first start off with Backlash, because honestly,
Backlash is coming up.
what I was planning to do, by the way, was do like a match card for every single pay-per-view. But he makes
Yeah,
a valid point.
we
That would take a while.
we did it differently. He was writing out match cards, and I was just writing out specific
So
storylines.
we'll pretty much just probably not go paper. Well, we could go pay-per-view by pay-per-view storyline wise, not book a whole match card.
Sure.
But we're
Uh,
just gonna start with Backlash. What matches we see are gonna happen there,
yeah.
and yeah, I think
They don't have a lot of matches confirmed yet.
yeah,
For Backlash, other than Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes.
and the Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn
Yes,
and
and Riddle.
Riddle. But Lesnar and Rhodes, I think, personally, I'm gonna say it'll be strong if Lesnar wins this matchup. Maybe it's a little. This is not predictions, by the way. This is fancy booking. So, and this isn't what we're gonna like say what's gonna happen. It's what we think is gonna happen,
Exactly.
or
It's
what
like
we're
what we want to
want to
happen.
happen.
This is
Sorry.
our fantasy booking.
Yes, and no NXT. Sorry, no
Maybe.
AEW.
Not yet.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. This is just WWE strictly because appeals to the general audience. And we are a small channel with
yes.
116
So
subscribers.
fucking
Shout
subscribe.
out to all 116
Actually, yeah,
of you.
thank you for 100 subs, by the way.
Yeah, we hit 100 subs over since the last episode to now. So thank you all for 100 subs.
Almost 100K views.
Almost 100. We just
Oh,
hit, we're almost at 50K views.
oh shit. I thought we already hit like 60. Oh shit.
Nope.
Anyways, Lesnar and Rhodes. Okay, Lesnar and Rhodes. I think it's to be fair for Lesnar to win this. Um, and you'll see why as we move on to our next pay-per-view. And then what do you think about Backlash? Who's gonna like
So
start off? Who's gonna
who's gonna start off?
yeah.
First I'm gonna comment on the Cody Brock thing. So like I wrote out a whole storyline for how I want Cody Brock to go, but I'll just
Okay.
cover what I think's gonna happen at Backlash with them. So I see this match being longer than the typical Brock Lesnar match.
Yeah.
And the reason I want it to be like that is because Cody has had it fairly easy since coming to WWE, other than the Roman Reigns loss at WrestleMania and the Brock Lesnar beatdown on Raw, right?
Yeah.
So I want this match to be Cody Rhodes getting that shit kicked out of him for like 25 minutes. All right? Like I want him to get being beat up. But the thing is, Cody's getting his ass beat, right? 25 minutes straight. I want Brock to make him bleed the hard way too.
The
And
Randy Orton way. Get
exactly.
Chris Jericho
But
pissed.
but I want Cody Rhodes to keep getting up. And
Mm-hmm.
every time Cody gets up, Brock Lesnar is just like, stay the fuck down. In fact, he hits him with three F5s. Three F5s put away The Undertaker. But he can't put
Not
away
Cody
Cody Rhodes.
Rhodes. Not
He can't.
Stardust.
No, he can't put. Cody Rhodes refuses to give up. Eventually, Brock Lesnar's frustration is going to boil over so much, he's going to take him to the outside and he's going to rip off the steel steps. And then on that steel platform that's left, he's going to just throw Cody's lifeless body on there and just slam the steps on his body. Get that
Ooh.
DQ. Cody wins, but is decimated.
Mm.
Eventually, he just drags Cody by his tights to the top of the ramp. F5s him off the ramp. Damn. Cody destroyed. Cody's dead. And then I'll go into the rest of that storyline and what's gonna happen later as we talk about the rest of the year.
You can continue with the storyline
Okay,
too if you
fuck, this
want.
storyline's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, cool. So next week on Raw, Brock Lesnar comes out and he cuts a promo and he's like, Cody is done with. Cody Rhodes thought he could finish the story, but there is no story. There's only Brock Lesnar and championships. So at SummerSlam, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar one last time. And then the fans are like, what the fuck, man? We've seen this so many times. We've seen this so many times. I don't want this. And then, so, relative Brock Lesnar promo is very short, and that's it. No response, no nothing. Until next week, the tribal chief has made his way to Raw. with both belts, the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship, and he comes out to address the Brock Lesnar challenge. Sorry, this is 2 weeks after that Brock Lesnar promo. We're gonna, slow it down a little bit. Roman Reigns, he's like, Brock, I've already beat you. I've already faced you so many times. Why the hell would I want to face you?
You must be a
You must be a
dumbass.
dumbass. And then Brock Lesnar music hits. The crowd goes crazy. Brock Lesnar marches down to the ring, stares down Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman's. And let me see what else I was writing about this. So he said Brock Lesnar's gonna be like, Roman, you couldn't put away Cody. Seth Rollins couldn't put away Cody Rhodes, but I did. Cody Rhodes is gone. He has not been seen since Backlash. I put him down and I did it all by myself. I didn't need no bloodline. I didn't need no pec injury. I put him down. And then Roman's like he's like, and then Kingdom hits. Kingdom hits. Cody Rhodes is here. Cody Rhodes is here. Cody Rhodes comes out and he said, Brock Lesnar, I have a story to finish. But before I finish that story, I want you. And I don't want any story to finish with you. I don't want to just have a match with you. I want blood. I want your head. I want you gone and I want you dead. Rhyming accidentally.
Dr. Seuss gimmick.
Right? So Cody's like, you're right. Roman couldn't put me away. Seth couldn't put me away. But you couldn't put me away. You had to get a disqualification victory because you couldn't pin me. You couldn't put me away. And I did so much of this. And he said, Brock, you're not going to get Roman at SummerSlam. You're getting me at SummerSlam. 1-on-1, and I will put you down. And you know Brock Lesnar, he doesn't care. He just chuckles, and he's like, I dealt with you, Cody. I only want titles now. I don't give a fuck about no American Nightmare.
He starts bringing out the F-bombs. He starts bringing out the F-bombs on PG TV.
And then, obviously, Roman is still standing there. So Cody's like, Roman, you are a story to be completed, and you will be completed. But right now, it's me and Brock Lesnar. And I want Brock Lesnar in a career versus career match. Oh my God, he wants to end Brock Lesnar's career. And after that, commotion going on. The crowd is going crazy. Like, oh my God, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes' career versus career. Adam Pearce comes out. Bald motherfucker Adam Pearce.
And he's gonna be in the matchup.
And Adam Pearce, he's like, gentlemen, there seems to
Calm
be
down.
no end to this squabbling, but each of you will compete at SummerSlam for the undisputed Universal Championship in a triple threat match. Crowd goes crazy. But not only will you will all be competing in a triple threat match, you will all be putting something on the line. Roman Reigns, you are putting the Universal Undisputed Championship on the line. Cody Rhodes, if you lose this match, you will never compete for a world title in the WWE ever again.
Oh, yeah.
And Brock Lesnar, you've seemed to squeeze your way into main event after main event, and undeservingly so. And you've been quite a pain in my ass. So if you lose this match, if you lose this match, Brock Lesnar will retire and never step foot in the WWE ever again.
What?
Crowd goes crazy. And then it leads to just all three men staring each other down in the ring. This is for SummerSlam. SummerSlam comes, and Cody will pin Brock to end Brock's career and to become undisputed Universal Championship. And then I just said that's kind of where that ends. And Roman will go on to face Gunther at WrestleMania, and Cody will face Seth at WrestleMania for the championship. That's kind of like a loose overall storyline right there.
I was actually thinking about a triple threat between those three guys
Yeah.
at Night of Champions, though.
Ooh.
Now, so I'll do my storybooking
Yeah.
of Brock
Hit
Lesnar,
me with it.
Cody, and then I'll add Roman Reigns in the mix
Hit
too.
it.
So I was thinking Backlash, a good maybe 15-minute match between Lesnar and Rhodes.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be very fun. But Lesnar ultimately third F5 gets Rhodes clean pin, maybe a bit of announce table using all that. And I feel like it'll start off the show to start off Backlash with a bang.
Yeah.
That's not going to end there. You can't just let Rhodes lose like that.
No.
And Rhodes is getting sick of it. At Night of Champions, it's going to be Rhodes and Lesnar in a no holds barred match in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
And Rhodes is going to use all he can, all his weapons, everything he can, and he defeats Brock Lesnar at Night of
Ooh,
Champions.
1-1,
Oh,
baby.
1-1. And well, that's actually gonna be the end of the Rhodes saga because Rhodes then Monday Night of Raw, Roman Reigns, who previously, well, we'll talk about who he fought at Night of Champions, but Roman Reigns successfully retained his world championship at Night of Champions. Next night of Raw, Rhodes is like, I beat Lesnar. I proved I'm gonna finish my story at Money in the Bank, which is the next pay
In
per view.
London.
And Reigns is like, you must be some sort of a dumbass. You, I'm already beating you. You can't. You gotta earn your opportunity.
I'm
And
Roman Reigns. I don't compete at Money in the Bank.
and Adam Pierce comes out and's like, Roman's right. You're participating in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And who
Ooh.
else is in this Money in the Bank ladder match?
Let's see who's in there.
United States Champion Austin
Oh
Theory,
my God.
Cody Rhodes, Matt Riddle, L.A. Knight,
Yeah.
yeah, Ricochet, Sheamus, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, this is a cool match.
7-man. Sadly, Cody loses that due to cheap tactics
Who wins?
from L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which ultimately leads to SummerSlam getting LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes, which we saw on Monday Night Raw, but on a bigger stage and with Mr. Money in the Bank, this would be one hell of a match.
It'd be
Now,
awesome.
I want to move from Roman Reigns to Roman Reigns because at Night of Champions, after Bobby Lashley defeats Bronson Reed in Backlash, which I
Ooh.
think is going to be, or is my fantasy booking, I think that Bobby Lashley is going to move on to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is going to defeat Bobby Lashley at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia.
Nice, nice.
But due to interference from Bronson Reed, and I'm actually thinking this would be interesting at Money in the Bank, a triple threat match. Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, and Bronson Reed.
Wow.
Three big boys. Vince would go crazy.
That's some Vince booking. I
Vince
love it.
would go crazy, you know? And it's either that this is one storyline that I was thinking about, or I was thinking Roman versus Matt Riddle at Night of Champions,
Mm.
and he just decimates Matt. And at Money in the Bank too, he decimates Matt. But at the end of the day, I think at SummerSlam, Roman is gonna face Randy.
The
Randy
return of
Orton.
Randy Orton.
And sadly, Randy loses. And I feel like at Roman Reigns, there's going to be a few matches. And I feel like one match, which is going to be the most interesting one, is going to be possibly at Royal Rumble. Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. And I want to explain to you how this happens. This is probably the most compelling
How's this
storyline.
happening?
So, there's going to be Night of Champions. I think it's going to be Kevin Owens and Matt Riddle versus the Usos for the championship. Because Sami Zayn,
Yeah, he can't go.
yeah, he can't go. He's Syrian. So, Owens and Riddle defeats Usos. More tension from Roman to the Usos. Money in the Bank. Um, Money in the Bank. Jey Uso isn't really gonna be a part of that. But SummerSlam or Money in the Bank. Sorry, I almost forgot. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Jey Uso is gonna cost Matt Riddle. The Usos, both of them, going to cost Matt Riddle the Money in the Bank contract,
Okay.
which was my original plan. And from that, in SummerSlam, it's going to be Jey Uso versus Matt Riddle because Roman's like, I'm sick of you going against what I tell you to do. So if you think you're the main event, they call you main event Jey Uso, face Matt Riddle and tell me what you got at
Okay.
SummerSlam. He loses to Matt Riddle at
Damn.
SummerSlam, causing more and more tension. And I was thinking, once Survivor Series hits, whoever the bloodline goes against, maybe Imperium, maybe Judgment Day, who knows?
It could be big.
Jey Uso gets sick of Roman's shit and kind of leaves the bloodline, just walks out of him, doesn't attack Roman,
Okay.
just like he kind of did in
Just
Royal
leaving.
Rumble. But this time it's for sure. And then once Royal Rumble 2024 hits around, Roman versus Jey Uso
Finally. We're
with
getting it again.
Roman beating Jey Uso.
Aw.
The story
Aw.
is not the story ends there for Jey Uso, but he comes back at WrestleMania to help who win the championship?
Jimmy Uso. Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman. Um, Cody Rhodes. That
You're
Cody.
telling me Jey Uso had adrenaline in his soul?
Yes.
Incredible.
No, I'm kidding. Omos.
Oh, almost with Roman. How is this not happening already?
So who do you think is going to dethrone Roman in your fantasy booking?
In my fantasy booking, it was Cody.
It was Cody, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Cody, you did it in SummerSlam, right?
I did it at SummerSlam because I feel like a whole nother year till WrestleMania is gonna be like really long. Um
I do too, but I just feel like there's so much more they can do, especially with the teasing they're doing with Jay.
yeah, and you know SummerSlam's like 3.5 months away, and also I feel like a lot of J Roman stuff could happen after Roman loses the titles because like now it's like there's nothing left for them. They've been fractured to the everyone's lost their championships.
It's it's quite it's
But
quite
a belt
possible.
on the line would be nice.
Yes, that's
Maybe
what I'm thinking, because that's what I'm thinking. And that's why I'm thinking, like, in order for the only reason why Cody lost this WrestleMania was because of the bloodline
off of the solo.
solo. And if Jay is part of the reason why Roman loses, that would be some amazing long-term story. That's 4 years of storytelling, bro. Jesus. So we talked about the World Championship. Maybe we
You
can talk.
mentioned Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed, so
Yeah,
so
you
that's
brought
the
that up.
rivalry that's been playing around on Raw for like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
And dude, I actually really like it.
I don't mind it. Yeah,
I love this matchup because it's super. All their matches have been super physical.
it's a beat up
Which
fest,
it kind
man.
of makes me think like, you know what matchup I'd actually really love to see is
Hmm.
Bronson Reed versus Gunther. I think that would
That
be
would be
such an
sexy.
awesome match. I think that would
Yeah.
be like so hard hitting and physical.
I was I was thinking like remember Austin Theory this
I do
Raw?
remember Austin Theory.
This Raw when he fought Bobby Lashley?
Yeah,
I was thinking almost maybe a triple threat between Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, and Bobby Lashley,
fatal four
but
way, almost. Yeah,
Fatal Four Way.
almost.
Oh,
You gotta
yeah,
throw him
yeah,
in.
yeah. Okay, gotta throw him in for some reason. But yeah, I was thinking I don't know what to do with Bronson Reed on the long term. Um, but neither with Bobby Lashley either. But
Uh,
yeah,
Bobby Lashley versus Gunther could be cool too,
that would be cool,
right?
honestly.
Bobby
Yeah.
Lashley I think he's a solid mainstay on the mid card for now, and obviously when the titles are unified, you can't do much at the top of the card.
When we talk about Gunther, what is your fantasy booking for his reign? Do you have
Yeah,
that?
I dude. Yeah, I actually mentioned it earlier that I will also have him losing his title, not SummerSlam though, but at Survivor Series.
Okay.
Um,
Let's hear that.
yeah. So I didn't write that out. That was just a thought in my head
Mm.
because I did say Roman Reigns versus Gunther at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and I think that match would be dope. And I think I would have Gunther going over on Roman.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Really?
I think it would be such
Not
a.
with Vince in charge.
No, he ain't in charge. And I think it would be such a great match. And who Gunther loses the title to at Survivor Series, that's hearsay. I don't really know yet. Fantasy booking wise, I could throw out a bunch of names I'd like. I mentioned Bronson Reed. Someone I'd also really like to see is possibly is LA Knight, Shinsuke, guys like Matt Riddle maybe. So it's really up in the air. But Survivor Series is where I'd have him lose. And yeah, so I don't really have too much in mind for Gunther, but I'm really excited to see whatever happens with him, going on.
I kind of wrote a little story with Gunther.
Oh, let me hear it.
So I don't think he's gonna be in Backlash, but Night of Champions, I think, or I want him to face Seth freaking Rollins. That would be one fucking banger of a match,
That'd be
man.
awesome.
I think Seth is gonna lose, but I wouldn't mind like a rematch between the two.
Mm.
Like maybe this can be a like I don't know 2 out of 3 falls, higher stakes maybe. Gunther versus Seth could do a lot.
A
Um,
really cool match.
and I was thinking when it comes to anyone to dethrone Gunther, it's really tough.
Yeah, right.
Because I mean, by this point, I feel like it's too late for Sheamus. Like
Dude,
he could do
Sheamus has
this.
had like 15 opportunities and lost them all.
Yeah, I mean, clean too.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no one to blame.
I think yeah, I think they can cool it on Sheamus for a bit
Yeah.
on the Intercontinental Championship
I was
matches.
thinking maybe Drew McIntyre. Because
If he'll still be with the company,
yeah, if he's still with the
possibly.
company, like at Money in the Bank. But the person who I booked to beat Gunther is at SummerSlam, or maybe it can be somewhere down the line. But I was thinking Gunther versus Shinsuke.
Mm.
Shinsuke can dethrone Gunther.
I don't. I also throw. I don't want Shinsuke to win this title.
Really?
Yeah, because
Matt?
I think like Intercontinental Championship is the workhorse title, propel you to like world champion level. And I think it's a little too late for Shinsuke to be a world champion. I think he's a solid guy on the mid card. I just don't see him as an Intercontinental Championship again. Intercontinental Champion again. I don't think he's meant to be like a big star in the WWE on the main roster.
I feel like, well, the way he returned last Friday, he was built
Should
up
have a
to be a
squash with
big
Madcap,
star. But
the goat Madcap, of
the
course. But
you're talking about Andre the Giant Memorial
yeah,
Battle
you're
Royal.
right. I mean, I
I
love
mean,
Madcap.
come on,
A
man.
Madcap versus Roman at Mania.
Maybe
Madcap versus Omos.
revenge on Drew McIntyre after what he did to him. Almost broke his neck.
Dude, I want Madcap versus Omos for the Universal Championship.
I want Drew McIntyre versus Ridge Holland in a neck breaking.
Oh,
That'd be a good one. But no, I think Shinsuke Shinsuke would be a fun one. Or at least would be a really good match. I feel like with me booking it fantasily, I would make Shinsuke a top star, honestly. But yeah, that for the IC title, I don't know what to do with that afterwards. I haven't written it that far, but um,
what about these two? Oh, well, let's go into the United States Championship. What's
Austin
going on with
Theory,
Austin Theory?
A Town down. Well,
Hey,
I
downtown.
so here's this is these I'm gonna do two storylines right here that kind of mix with each other.
Hit me. Hit
Okay,
me with it.
Night of Champions. I want Austin Theory to fight Montez Ford, and
Ooh.
that's gonna be a clean, or not clean, but a dirty win from Austin Theory somehow. And then at Money in the Bank, I said he's gonna participate in the Money in the Bank
You did.
contract.
Will it be participating as champion?
Yes, he'll be participating as champion.
Wow.
And then while that happens, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are gonna fight the Street Profits for championships. And this is where we hear of the Montez heel turn that we've been all been waiting for. And at SummerSlam, Angelo Dawkins will be fighting Montez Ford, which is going to be
Holy
great.
shit.
And then I put for SummerSlam Austin Theory for the United
Finally,
States
they'll get some new
Championship.
gear.
Yeah, honestly.
Finally.
But Austin Theory, I want
Wow.
him to face Logan Paul for the United States Championship, with Logan Paul winning, beating Austin Theory. That would
Oh
be
no.
insane.
Oh no.
That would be insane.
You know, we just released a YouTube short about Logan Paul like a couple days ago maybe, and it was Logan Paul recently said he wanted to win a title in the WWE. So I was like, man, what title could he
The
win?
U.S. title would probably be the best title.
I was actually thinking a tag team championship with Jake Paul. I would rather have that over a mid card title because I feel like I said before, United States champion, propel yourself to a world champion, and I don't. I guess it would be cool,
Like,
right? I wouldn't
yeah,
mind.
I'd rather have him beat Theory than Gunther. Like,
Oh, of course, of
definitely.
course.
And I feel like
I think that's the most legit way.
for tag team title, that'd be interesting if Jake or KSI,
That's true.
because I know that um he does have history with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn,
That's true.
so that would be good storytelling there too.
Exactly.
So, but I'm gonna keep it as Theory and Paul, but Paul's not gonna hold that title for very long.
I have a interesting booking for the United States Championship. I actually
Okay.
want this title to be lost on an episode of Raw because I love it when titles change on weekly episodes. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want weekly episodes to just be built to pay-per-views. I
Yeah.
want them to actually be like, you want to tune in because shit might happen.
Yeah.
And you know who I want to win the United States Champion with a little bit of help from his group? Dominic Mysterio.
That would be great.
I want Dominic Mysterio to be the United States Champion so bad.
That'd just be tough with Austin Theory because they're both just very good heels.
Yeah,
Unless they somehow make Judgment Day face,
but
which could
but
be
but
possible.
you know, like you've seen Austin Theory get bullied in the ring on a mic, and you kind of feel bad for him Imagine the whole Judgment Day just ganging up on him, bullying him on the mic.
No, it's gonna be Dominic getting bullied too. So everyone's getting. It's just the two. They're bullying each
Yeah.
other.
Or imagine the. I would love to see like Dominic Mysterio versus Santos Escobar for the United States Championship.
Oh
I think that'd be a great
yeah.
and a ladder match. Fuck it, I'm booking it right now. Ladder match: Santos Escobar versus Dominic Mysterio, United States Championship at Money in the Bank.
What about
Coming up.
Austin Theory versus Johnny Gargano at SummerSlam?
All right.
They should have done that last year, or not, or at least like a match
The
between them.
story's there, right? But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like Johnny Gargano as United States champion. Like if I really care for that.
If they can work well with them, I can work well with Johnny Gargano. I mean, if I were to book him, I can make him like a good mid carder. So I feel like he's there. It's definitely there. It's just the way. I mean, the way he's getting booked now on TV, like he's not getting booked at all. So I mean, it's
Like
tough to
that's the
picture it
thing.
now.
That's the thing. He had that. He went down to NXT for the stand and deliver match with Grayson Waller, and I loved it. And I'm like, man, Johnny Gargano's such a great fit on NXT. He should just stay there.
I mean,
Honestly.
here's the deal. I feel like he can get the Bronson Reed treatment, and by that I mean like when first Bronson Reed pulled up for the first few weeks, I'm like, they're not really building this guy. It's like a who gives a shit about this guy? He's just Mrs. Lackey for a little bit. But then I'm actually starting to like him, starting to care for him a lot.
Oh, this is a lot of like the. Have you noticed a lot of the Triple H call ups have done nothing? With,
Most of
like
them, yeah.
Dexter Loomis, Emma, what's her name? Tegan
I
Knox,
forgot Dexter Loomis is in WWE.
right?
Tegan Knox is, oh my
Yeah,
God, I
Emma. Like
forgot.
she does Madcap Moss's.
Honestly, man,
Yeah,
hype man. He always loses all
yeah,
his matches.
yeah. I think like the most successful like Triple H probably also Chelsea Green and Braun Strowman.
I'd say, yeah. I mean, I don't know if, I mean, Karrion Cross for a little bit,
I just
but
he's about a feud with Shinsuke, and I'm excited about that. But
and I know that Gunther and LA Knight aren't really his call ups, but at the same time, I feel like they wouldn't progress as much as they did with under Vince.
I think Gunther would have because he was already
Nah.
he won the Intercontinental Championship under Vince, and he was being booked hella strong with Vince,
Eh,
like squashing people. He beat the fuck out of Ricochet. Um,
I don't know, cause I mean, definitely he wouldn't be like on pay-per-views as big as this, or like, wouldn't be lasting from number 1 to number 30 at the Royal Rumble under Vince.
who knows, man? Because Gunther's also like a huge specimen. And also he's put in the work. Like Vince said, lose some weight. That motherfucker lost weight.
They didn't even allow Giovanni Vinci to come in at first because he was too short.
But hey, but that man was thriving on NXT. I loved what he was doing on as Vinci on NXT.
But
But yeah,
so what about the women's division? We haven't really touched
I
on
got
that
some
yet.
shit to say about the
You
women's
told
division,
me
bro.
earlier a little bit.
I got some shit to say. All right.
Go off.
What do we say every episode? Abolish
Stay
the women.
restless. Oh.
Oh, okay. Abolish the women's tag team championship. But how do you do that? Well, let me tell you how. Let me tell you how right now.
Jesus.
All right. The best way to get the tag titles abolished and gone is through this storyline I'm about to tell you right now. So Raquel and Liv are tag team champions right now. They just won it off Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch, technically Lita and Becky. And man, who cares? Who gives a fuck? Right? So they're gonna go do their matches at whatever, Backlash, whatever. And at Money in the Bank, they're gonna face Natalya and a random like they always pair Natalya. Let's say Emma this time, right?
Emma.
Natalya and Emma against Raquel and Liv. But Natalya and Emma win. They take the titles off of Raquel and Liv on just a normal match at Money in the Bank, and at Friday Night SmackDown is the celebration for Natalya and Emma. Isn't that great? But Natalya turns heel and she attacks Emma and she beats the shit out. And I want to say beat the shit out. I mean beat the shit out. She puts her through the announce table. She starts hitting her with the steel chair. She puts her in a sharpshooter, and not just a regular sharpshooter. She actually puts torque on it because Natalya's sharpshooter looks pretty bad. It doesn't look painful at all. So, she brings shame to the Hart family.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels does it better.
Yeah. So security comes in, they pull Natalya off, and she marches back to the, back to the back but carrying both tag team championships. She doesn't explain herself. All right. She just goes to the back. And then next week, she comes out and she almost does like a work shoot style promo. She said, "Why do we have these tag team championships? They mean nothing. Every couple weeks they put me with a random schmo and I'm in a tag team match and I'm losing. It doesn't matter. So you know what? There is only room for one star in the locker room, and I want the gold in the women's division, and I will not share it. I have been the crown jewel of this company for over a decade and a diamond in the dirt in the women's division. And in that moment, she throws the women's tag team championship in the trash
Medusa style.
and she unveils the new Diamond Legacy Championship, the new mid card championship for the women. It's so hard to come up with a name for the women's championship, bro. I
The
literally,
women's mid card.
I know. I was like, I don't want to call it like the women's intercontinental. That would be lame. So the Diamond Legacy Championship, because like she said, she's the crown jewel of the company. And so this will serve as like the mid card title for the women. And this leads some of the women in the back to get pissed off. So people from the back start coming out. Raquel, Liv, Tamina, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, EO Skye, Alexa Bliss, and Shotzi. They're all out there. And they're all angry towards Natalya. And they all want to face her and want this belt, right?
You're pushing Natalya to the this.
And you know how much I hate Natalya. Like everyone knows how much I hate
This
Natalya,
can make Natalya likable.
right? So everyone stakes a claim to be the new face of the women's division, and an all-out brawl ensues, and Natalya fucking escapes out there. Everyone's just beating the shit out of there. This leads to a backstage segment when Natalya just talking to whoever the fuck she's talking to.
Yeah, whoever the
And Natalya, she claims that all the women have always been jealous of her and her in-ring skill and how long she's been there. And if they want to challenge her for that title, they have to earn it. She meets with Adam Pearce, and he announces via social media that next week there will be a 2-week tournament to decide who will be the number one contender for Natalya's new Diamond Legacy Championship for a one-on-one match at SummerSlam, by the way. So Liv beats EO, Dakota beats Tamina, Raquel beats Shayna, and Alexa's gonna face Shotzi. But before their match, Shotzi has a backstage promo for the match. Alexa's already in the ring. And then Natalya, she's talking smack about Natalya, right? Natalya comes out of nowhere with the chair and beats the shit out of Shotzi. Shotzi's out. She cannot compete for sure. Natalya has her in the sharpshooter. So Alexa's like looking at the ref like, I'm advancing, like ring the fucking bell. The ref's a little hesitant. He's like, oh, I don't know. Right before he rings it, boom, Emma comes out. Emma's back.
Emma.
Emma's back. And
Oh,
Emma,
push it, Emma.
I know. I was like thinking, we need to push people who like, because what do they always do with new belts? They give it to a big star and then just slowly regresses, right? So I was like, we'll build with Natalya, Yvette, and Emma. So Emma music's hits. She takes Shotzi's place and she wins. She has a huge win over Alexa Bliss, like a big star. Okay, so tourney goes on and Emma ends up actually winning the whole tournament. This will spark now the feud with Emma and Natalya that's been going on. Emma's been having some couple matches on SmackDown, but Natalya just keeps interfering. She keeps attacking her, hitting her with the chair and shit, putting in the sharpshooter. During her matches, Emma starts to use the sharpshooter. She starts doing it better than Natalya. She's cranking on that hoe. So 1 week before SummerSlam, Natalya has to cut the promo of her life, okay? And we all know she might not be able to, but I really want her to.
Man.
And she's like,
Don't lose your fire.
Emma just wants to be as talented in the ring as Natalya. She wants to be as important, and most importantly, she just wants to be champion, something she's never been, but Natalya's been many times. And she says, you want to use the sharpshooter? That's fine, but you'll never hit that shit on me. And then Emma comes out and she's like, you know what? Not only will I hit the sharpshooter on you, I will make you tap out. Because at SummerSlam, our match is a submission match.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
battle of the sharpshooter now. I just gave Emma a new finisher too. You're welcome. I don't even know what your finisher is. And she said, Natty. Oh man, this got messed up. Natty, you've added nothing to the legacy of the Hart family. And I bet your dad, Jim Anvil, wishes he had a daughter like me.
Fucking Jesus, man.
And I'll prove that this Saturday.
I bet that he's not. Why are you looking up there? He's down there.
So basically, this leads to the submission match at SummerSlam. Emma will win using the sharpshooter, and we have a new Diamond Legacy Championship. Finally, storylines in the women division.
Honestly, she's kind of a heel. She was talking shit about Jim.
Well, this is like, yeah, She said, "I'm so great. Jim loves me." She could say she had a background with Jim, like he helped me train and shit. Bullshit. We can make Hammond.
Man,
Yeah. But so
Owen
anyway,
Hart helped me train when I was 9 years old.
anyway, that's how I would abolish the
That's
women.
really good. That's
Thanks.
actually really good.
That's how I'm about abolishing. I feel like
It's amazing.
women's belts don't have storylines,
No, yeah,
And we
definitely.
need to start off the new Diamond Legacy Championship with storyline.
Yeah,
I'm about to make this shit in 2K23.
that was actually a really good storyline. That
Oh,
was really
thank you,
good.
thank you.
Um,
I wrote
s-
it during my politics class.
I haven't done my little abolishing women's tag team division. In fact, I don't really have much of a women's tag team division storyline that I've booked, but I will give you some Bianca Belair.
Top two abolitions in American history:
Yeah, man.
abolition of slavery and abolition of the tag team titles.
Yes, sir.
So go.
Bianca Belair fights EO Skye at Backlash.
By the way, I would love that match. I love EO Skye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she won a match right for a future championship
Yeah,
on
and
Raw.
I think Bianca just defeated Dakota on Raw.
So
So
I think Bianca and Io with Bianca winning, and I feel like this is we're starting to see the crumble of damage control. And then I want United Champions to be Dakota Kai versus Bianca. Then Money in the Bank will be Bailey versus Bianca. And then at the end of SummerSlam, it's gonna be Bianca versus all of Damage Control. And I want
that's what I was just thinking.
like a fatal four way.
Yeah.
And
Who's going over?
now I want the underdog to go over. I want someone like it's either gonna be EO Sky or Dakota Kai. I want someone to like just shock pinning Bailey,
Oh,
con- cementing a face turn,
yeah.
and I want them to hold this championship maybe up until WrestleMania, where they can have their own little
Triple threat match?
they can have a triple threat match. That'd be cool, or a one-on-one against Bailey. But I was thinking I'm really edging towards EO Sky winning
Me
the
as
whole
well.
thing.
I think EO's
Um,
just better in the ring overall. Dakota's
Definitely,
very talented, but although EO got no promo, but honestly in the women's division right now, you kind of don't need that.
yeah.
Shout out Becky Lynch though, best promo of the game.
Definitely. Damn. I miss AJ Lee. Uh, but EO Sky definitely kind of the underdog in this whole situation.
He's
Having
dope.
her and having her as a new face of Raw would be great. Or SmackDown, depending on where the
She's one
draft
of the
takes her.
best entrances though. Like her entrance is so dope.
Yeah. And for now, I was thinking in the Money in the Bank match, I was hoping to have Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler in it with Shayna winning, pissing off Ronda. With the Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in a cage fight match at
The fight
SummerSlam.
pit.
The fight pit,
Fight
yeah.
pit.
That would be cold as fuck.
Oh,
And winner of that, maybe, goes against Rhea Ripley. That would also be a cold match.
mommy.
Mommy. Now, I was really thinking about, because I would not mind seeing Ronda versus Rhea as long as Rhea wins. That would be a fun match because I think
Hopefully.
hopefully because I think I mean or Rhea versus Shayna. Shayna NXT was fucking
Dude, Rhea and Shayna had one of the best matches in NXT history.
yes, and
They gotta bring that shit back.
I want Shayna to beat Ronda and kind of put her in a hiatus and
Mm.
let Shayna be a top star again.
Yeah. Bring her out of hiatus just to put her back in it.
Yeah, yeah. I forget is she a part timer? I don't even know what she
Yeah, she
is.
is.
I guess yeah,
Yeah. So
but
that's interesting. You have Shayna winning the women's Money in the Bank, and you had who'd you have winning the men's LA Knight?
yeah.
Oh, nice,
Or
nice.
maybe Ronda winning the women's. It depends.
Please no,
I
please.
wouldn't want to, but I feel like
You know what I fucking hate?
hmm.
Always, anytime there's a woman wins the Money in the Bank, they have her cash in that quick because
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
nothing planned.
That's why Carmella's the best Money in the
Yeah,
Bank because she's done. She had that for a good minute.
yeah. They
I
had
mean,
Bailey cash in like instantly. Nikki Ash waited till Raw. She cashed in instantly.
Liv
Liv
Morgan.
Morgan
That was a cool
instant.
cash in that Liv Morgan, but it's still
It's still like
Bailey.
there's no like there. It really feels like they just didn't know who they wanted to win.
Yeah, I
So
mean, and Oscar. I mean, Oscar. I feel like that was
that was a fun Money in the
accident.
Bank.
It was a fun Money in the Bank, but it was like an accident or not an accident because Becky got pregnant.
Was
So
that an accident,
I
Seth?
hope that wasn't an accident. Maybe it was. I don't know. Ask Seth. But yeah,
Interesting.
I feel like that would be very interesting to have Shayna Rousey versus Rhea. And I want Shayna to be at the top of my, you know, card and on the SmackDown division. Um, Possibly going against Ronda Rousey one on one for the women's championship
Love it.
at WrestleMania,
I love it.
or maybe she fights Ripley at WrestleMania. Who knows?
Mm,
I feel like that would be a very interesting.
yeah. But
Yeah.
by the way, my picks for Money in the Bank, for the women, I'm gonna go with Raquel.
Mm.
Um, just please get rid of those tag titles. But I know hopefully she can win. Her and Rhea put on some amazing matches in NXT as well. So maybe we can have a Rhea Raquel rivalry, two big muscle mommies just going at it. And for the men, I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre. This man has never won the
Mm.
Money in the Bank. I
He's
think
been in it like 9 times.
he's a main event guy. I understand he's a little sad. He doesn't have any good stories going for him right now. But don't be patient, Drew.
Be
Be
patient.
patient.
You can go
You
against
came back for a reason
Mansoor one day.
one day.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man. We didn't even book maximum male models. Oh, also United States champion. If not Dominic Mysterio, Chad Gable, please.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I
Yeah.
was thinking maybe they separate Chad Gable and Otis in
It looks like it's happening.
draft, yeah.
Yeah.
And Chad Gable becomes a top star.
Yeah, man.
Because it looks like they're pushing him pretty good.
Yeah, I think he could be like a real solid guy in the mid card, and he is. He's almost on every single Raw, and he's having a great match
Honestly.
almost every single
Sheesh,
time.
sheesh,
Sheesh.
sheesh, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hmm.
You gotta say it right, man.
Oh, apologies.
Thank you. It's, it's so dumb because I think he told a story like, "Man, I just said it once on Raw and everyone made fun of me." So that was my catchphrase.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking Chad Gable definitely like would be a great United States champion. Maybe he can beat Austin Theory at my SummerSlam. I don't know.
I'm just I'm just really looking forward to Natalya versus Emma at SummerSlam
That's gonna be
with
cold.
Jim Nideville's ashes hanging above the ring in a ladder match.
Yes.
Whoever wins gets a Jim Neidhart's approval.
I hope Natalya,
They should have an anvil hanging above it.
Natalya as the Blue Blazer.
Oh, she said she wanted to be a high flyer.
Oh my God.
Triple H said okay.
What? What? Jesus. Madcap Moss versus Bret Hart.
Dude, they need to push Madcap Moss to the moon. If I'm not getting wait, let me ask you this: what's next for Omos?
Oh,
What's legitimately what's next for Omos?
that is our mascot pretty much.
We are the two of the biggest Homo sapiens out there.
Homo sapiens.
Rise.
So, well, what I see in Omos is nothing. But you know what?
Omos versus Bad Bunny at WrestleMania.
Low key though, it would be pretty cool if there was like one match, just one, of Omos versus Roman
I
Reigns.
was also thinking that.
Like, I mean, maybe not on a pay-per-view even. Maybe on like,
I don't know. Roman's at the point where he just wrestles at pay-per-views now.
I know, but he should do at least one with Roman or one with Omos. That would be. What's next for Solo?
Maybe he goes solo. What's next for Judgment Day? What's going on with Finn Balor, Damian Priest?
So
So many questions to be answered.
honestly, there's so many wrestlers. It's hard to. I was thinking possibly Roman Reigns versus Damian Priest or Finn Balor.
Mm,
Because you saw that Judgment Day Bloodline thing was so fucking cold, dude. Like on Raw,
yeah.
that was so cold. Or maybe Damian versus Gunther or Solo versus Gunther, which will start off a Bloodline versus Imperium feud at near Survivor Series.
Speaking of Imperium, I just thought of something.
Hmm.
What if Gunther's opponent at Wrestle or SummerSlam is not? It's not Roman Reigns. It's not Shinsuke. What if it's Edge?
We forgot about Edge,
What if it's
dude.
Edge versus Gunther? What if Gunther chops Edge and somehow his neck breaks?
So if Edge,
What if Edge dies
oh my God,
in a match with Gunther?
we really do need an Edge versus Big E match.
Big E, what's going on? Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, we do because Edge said he might end his career later this year, right?
Seth Rollins might end his career. I'm gonna kill him anyway.
Oh my God.
What if Emma ends his career
Oh my God, that would be fucking great.
the
Edge
Diamond
versus
Legacy
Natalya.
for the Diamond Legacy Championship?
I saw Natalya do her top or her Canadian Mount Rushmore, and
Yeah,
it
I
was
saw
just
she put Edge on the.
hearts.
Yeah, Hearts on the Edge.
I'm like, man, I mean, Jesus.
Who is your Mount Rushmore of Canadian wrestlers?
Okay, Chris Benoit.
Okay.
No. Honestly, if Chris Benoit didn't kill his family, probably yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with
But
Bret Hart, Edge. Chris Jericho, and personal favorite, I love Christian. So we'll give Christian.
I'm gonna say Bret Hart definitely. Um,
He is the Canadian poster boy.
and I will say Edge, Jericho,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm actually say Owen. Owen
Kevin
Hart.
Owens?
Yeah,
Oh,
Owen
sorry,
Hart.
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart.
Owen
Yeah.
Hart. Oh,
I feel like that's fair. Yeah.
Christian's a world heavyweight champion,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well.
and he can fly. So,
Man.
again, every episode I gotta make the statement, Martha Hart. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. We're so sorry. We're gonna get taken down or
Yeah,
sued
but
by
to be
Martha
fair,
Hart
we love
Foundation.
Owen Hart.
We do.
You know, on our TikTok, we just did another Beat the Shield challenge, and Owen Hart's on the team. He
I
beat the
saw.
Shield.
Yeah.
Finally, we beat the Shield. I can move on.
Owen Hart's like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Shout
One of
out.
the best theme songs of all time. Slept
Oh
on.
yeah,
That
one
fucking
of the
little
brothers,
cartoony. The black heart.
the Black Heart.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Man.
Um,
But yeah, I feel like I feel
just some solid booking, man.
honestly.
I'm really happy with how things would turn out if any of our stories went that way.
Yeah, cause
Oh wait, I want to ask you this though.
yep.
You said LA Knight winning Money in the Bank.
Oh
Where does he
yes.
cash in and when? Where, when, and how?
That's one of the tougher ones. Now, what'd be funny if this were to happen? LA Knight cashes in Raw after WrestleMania, beats Cody.
Oh shit.
Nah, that wouldn't happen. But I feel like if it is LA Knight, I feel like they should cash it in. Maybe that could be a way to separate the titles somehow. That would be
Okay.
very interesting. Maybe, and we do need to find a way to separate the titles somehow, like we've been
Yeah,
saying.
it could be the draft. It could be Money in the Bank.
It could
Who
be
just
Royal
knows?
Rumble. Maybe they pull a Bret Hart, Lex Luger again, and be like, oh,
Honestly, that'd be cool.
yeah, but
I
yeah,
would love if they just did like Roman, you got to fight 2 matches tonight,
back after back. That's what they did with Daniel Bryan,
and
you
Seth
know?
Rollins, right?
Yeah. Maybe we really need to make Seth.
What if Roman versus Sting?
My God. Seth versus Sting and Edge in a handicap match keeps fucking threatening to break people's shit. You know, more I think about Seth is as safe as Nia Jax.
Nah, he's safer. He's just he made some mistakes. It's all good. It's all good.
He almost killed Edge and Sting.
It's fine. They're fine. They're wrestling still.
That's true. They're wrestling still.
Sting's fine.
Sting was just being a little bitch at Night of
He
Champions.
helped Sting get out of his contract. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Sting.
Wow.
Yeah, but so you said you have LA Knight cashing in the Monday Night Raw after
I
WrestleMania.
said possibly.
Possibly.
I think that with LA Knight, honestly, he'll probably lose.
Aw. I think that's why he
Aw.
shouldn't win. Give him some time. This man can marinate.
No,
He's still there.
I feel like he should win though because he can hack that in with his gimmick. He can make so much even without the championship.
Mm.
And then even though he'll lose it at the end, I want him to make the most out of his Money in the Bank contract, you know? Because
I feel like a lot of Money in the Bank winners have been losing, and a lot of Royal Rumble winners have been losing. I just want somebody to get a W out here.
man, I mean, hey, look at the women's division. They all get W's every time.
It's an L for us though, cause we gotta watch it. So
Not because they're women, because
it's cause it's not made very well.
yeah.
They could do Natalya versus Emma.
Ripley versus Flair is pretty good though.
Yeah,
That was
it was actually really great.
that was
If
better
if it
story.
had like a better build, it could have been main event.
Yeah, but honestly, that was a fucking. Oh.
Yeah, shout out.
I feel like yeah, we did some good booking today, and
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Um, I feel like a new sense of passion for Emma and Natalya.
I do
And
too. That was probably the best story we had. It was
yeah,
great.
thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I really do think the women need a mid card title because think about it, now you can have people who aren't really at the main event level yet competing for titles like Lacey Evans or fucking Michin or Dewdrop or whatever Piper Niven or Nikki ASH or now
Yeah.
she's just Nikki Cross again or Carmella. So like again, like the possibilities are endless. So Diamond Legacy Championship WWE, hit me up. You're always welcome to ask for ideas from the Wrestless podcast.
I mean, Control Your Narrative might hire you. But
Huh.
anyways, this has been a great episode, guys. And remember, this guy's fucking Control Your Narrative and champion, writer, creative.
Editor, promoter.
He's as good as Vince Russo.
Way better. Stay
Stay
restless.
restless. good as Vince Russo.
Infest your brain like a parasite. Hard